I mean, I see the record label growing and growing, and when I first heard about Borealis, I thought, well, yeah, that's really something that's needed. You know, the independent artist in this country is really growing, and you need something between that big label, you know, mainstream music label, and the totally independent artist who has the time and the business ability and the inclination to do all that stuff that's required, you know, to produce their own records, to do the promotional stuff and all the rest of it. And Borealis kind of, it fits nicely into that gap. It still has the feeling of independence. It's still, you know, I think it's a company that's fairly generous to its artists, that looks after its artists, has a wonderful connection with its artists, knows what they're doing all the time, you know, and probably advises them as well. Well, I thought it was a very good idea because I'd been quite a critic of the Junos for years, and not so much, you know, I think the Junos are fine, but I think the community that I belonged to was just not being treated fairly and was not particularly well represented at the Junos, and I thought the fact that there was just, you know, one roots and traditional category just didn't cover it for me. So I thought when they decided to start the CFMAs, I thought this is a great idea. At the same time, I thought, I wonder what the hell's going to happen now, because it seemed to me, you know, unlike Grit, I started thinking of all the things that could go wrong, you know, and I started thinking, well, this requires that the musicians get involved in this, that, you know, that they submit and that they're behind the project. And musicians are very difficult to unify on stuff like this. You know, they've always got their opinions, and you know, although we call the folk music a community, it's really a whole lot of different factions that happen to have some things in common. And I was just a little worried that maybe it would go down the same road, and that the emphasis would be on those people who, well, the commercial singer-songwriter, if you like, the person who makes a full-time living from it, and at this, you know, and perhaps ignoring the fact that there are many other talented people out there who are producing great work, that for whom it's not the be-all and end-all.